My name is Andrea Pace. I'm the proud mother of Sensei Nick Pace, Joshu Ricky Pace. And as anyone knows, they are my sons. I knew that Nick would become a sensei, probably because the first time that he ever stepped on the mat, it was very easy for him. It was very natural. And he went up the ranks very quickly, and I saw his passion for it. So watching him love something and just be good at it, I said the sky's the limit for this kid.
Nick Pace, ladies and gentlemen, victorious in his UFC debut, the winner by Pace, Nick Pace.
Nick Pace coming hard with a knee, and Timo goes down. Evil Bean is in the...
Ladies and gentlemen, the brave Pretty Boy Pace.
I believe he could have gone further in his fighting career, so to speak. But I think deep down inside, what he loved more than that was everything he learned. He wanted to teach other people.
Pop it up. Yeah. Looking good, face your bag.
And then he met my daughter-in-law, and she changed his whole life. So I really do think he made the right decision, putting all his love into his school and into his wife. Not that this is Nick's purpose, but this was and is his
Get
calling.
that right hand up. Ready? Uppercut. That's the one right there, baby.
And I believe the same for Ricky. I feel that the part that Nick played and is still playing in Ricky's life is tremendous.
Go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. Good.
Hey, I'm Sensei Nick Pace. I'm the owner and master instructor of Tiger Showmans of Tottenville. When I see Ricky teaching a class, it's such a fulfilling feeling to know that, you know, a couple of years ago, he was not here. He was plumbing, and it's crazy. I was talking to him the other day about how, do you remember even 3 years ago, 4 years ago when you weren't here? Like, I can't imagine him not being here with us today, and it's the most validating feeling, just as his older brother, number one, how proud I am of him, and also to see him grow as an instructor.
I'm Joshu Ricky Pace, and I'm an instructor here at Tiger Showmans in Tottenville. Before I started working here with my brother, I was a maintenance boy. First job ever. I was 14. You know, it was only for a summer or so, but gave me responsibility. And then after that, I worked at Angelina's as a busboy for about 3 years. Shortly after that, I went right into plumbing. I was introduced to plumbing, and I loved it. I was very good with my hands, always with tools, and you know, I took to it really well. So, you know, when you're good at something, you tend to like it more. But I shortly realized that, you know, it wasn't for me, and I didn't wake up itching to do it the way I come in and I itch to get into the school every day.
It wasn't too long ago I was having a conversation with him, and we were talking about how everything that he's done in his life, all of these events, right? I believe he's the best version of himself today, and better than he was yesterday and the day before that, and everything that has happened to him, good and bad, the adversity of him, you know, from school. He wasn't really that good in school, you know, and from school to job, and he's going from one job to another job. He felt like he couldn't find himself, and at last he comes into the school and he finds a home. And when he gets into the school, now he has to deal with even more adversity, where he has to learn from scratch. He has to learn how to teach kids. I believe that everything that has happened to him over the course of his life has brought him to this moment, and he would not change a thing, and I wouldn't change a thing, and I think that he's on the right path to success.
My goals moving forward in the school, I would love to eventually get my next belt, become a sensei, going to school one day and have my own students, have my own tribe, and teach them and show them all the ways and teach them everything that I was taught when I was young up until until I'm done. Shedding light is really something that I do even off the mat. Whether it's my friends or my buddies are having a bad day, it's cool to know that martial arts and life are very similar. And the things I learned here, like the non-quitting spirit, the discipline, it carries over. It carries over into life.
I was talking to my dad not too long ago, about a week ago, and he was asking me, how's Ricky doing? How is he doing over there? It seems like he's doing well. And, my dad he lives in Florida, and one of the coolest things that I was able to do is kind of reassure my dad, who's not here. He's not able to see Ricky on a daily basis. One of the things I always wanted to do in life was make my dad proud of me, And the fact that I was able to tell him, like, no, listen, Ricky he's doing really well. He's doing well not just financially, not just, emotionally, not just as a 21-year-old, a 22-year-old kid, but his future is laid out in front of him. He's gonna be a school owner. He's gonna be all right. And so when I was able to talk to my dad and kind of tell him, like, no, man, Ricky is set, like he's set for the rest of his life, he's good. Not only does that make me proud to say that to my dad, knowing that he's gonna be proud of me, but the feeling that I get telling him that his son is gonna be all right for the rest of his life, and that I got him, and that he doesn't have to worry, was like one of the biggest things for me anyway.
Not having that father figure in New York, my dad lives in Florida, it's taken its toll on me, positively and negatively. But I don't look at my brother, I don't look at my sensei as my father. I don't look at him like that. I look at him as someone who will always push me, whether it's hard, push me hard, or he takes it easy on me sometimes and allows me to make the mistakes that I need to grow. And then I take that feeling of him being the older brother and helping me through everything, and I bring it to not just the students, but everyone around me, everyone who's in my life, whether they're older or younger, my mom, my sisters, and then the students. It's helped me kind of take on his role for these kids or for other people.
I look at Ricky as my younger brother, but I also see Ricky as my best friend. I see Ricky as my right-hand man, as my confidant, as, my number two. And it's been a journey that we've both been on since he's been here that has brought us so close together. And one of the biggest things, one of Ricky's best traits is his loyalty. He's so loyal to a fault. He will have my back over anybody and everybody. And it's brought us a lot closer because we've helped each other through our struggle.
To know that someone really has my back and is looking out for me and guiding me through this whole thing is, man, the greatest feeling ever.
What he taught me, and I don't think I've ever even said this to anyone ever, was he's taught me how to believe in myself. I was down and out and nervous about the whole quarantine and everything else, and you have Ricky who's standing right next to me telling me, you're gonna crush it, bro. Like, you're Nick Pace, you're gonna be fine. And when I don't believe in myself, that's difficult. But the fact that I have somebody that's able to not just be my best friend, but to actually teach me that I have to practice what I preach and I have to believe in myself and get through it, well, he gave me heart. He showed me the light at the end of the tunnel, and I'll forever be grateful for that.
Working together strengthened our bond so much just by spending all that time together every day, day in, day out. But I really think that going through the highs and the lows, it gave us the necessary growth that we needed.
So the day I realized that Ricky earned his black belt, it was it was like 2 different events. One was in training. We were at headquarters, we were grappling, and normally when we go up there and we train, we kickbox, we roll jiu-jitsu. After he trains with somebody, if he doesn't tap them out, you know, which he does most of the time, if he doesn't tap him out, he gets upset with himself and he'll beat himself up on the car ride home. And one day he did amazing. He was grappling with all the top guys up there, and that day he actually got tapped out the most that he's ever been tapped out before. Now, when I say tapped out, that means that he was going for stuff, you know, he got submitted. And on the car ride home, after being with me in the school here for so long, he wasn't saying how, man, I can't believe I got tapped out. I can't believe I lost that. And it was switched up. He was talking to me like, man, I know what I have to do better now, and man, how great that person did. And, you know, he went from talking about himself and it being, you know, selfish to him thinking selfless, and him not just worrying about if he got tapped out, but saying, man, those guys, that kid Jeremy, he got good, or, you know, and how can I bring this back to the school? So that was the first part that I knew that he deserved his black belt and his Joshu. And then we got back to the school, and the first time ever, I let him hand out a belt. And I believe it was a low blue belt. He went to give the belt to the kid, and the speech that he delivered, it was just exactly what I was talking about on the car ride home, how he was just talking so selfless, and he impacted that child firsthand. He would do private lessons with this kid, and I just knew right then and there, I just had the feeling, and I knew that he deserves his black belt, and he deserves to be a Joshu and my right-hand man.
So it was summertime last year, mid-COVID, mid-pandemic. Saturday, me and Sensei were in here, just us two, working our butts off, teaching Zoom, teaching every class. And that Saturday, it just so happened that there was supposed to be a new student coming in to try a class. It wasn't coming in, obviously. We were doing it over the FaceTime, over the phone. And I was so tired that day. I was so exhausted. And, you know, Sensei never just lets me get off the hook. He never just gives it to me easy. He doesn't really like baby me or anything. So anything that he puts in front of me, it's like, no, man, you're gonna do this. So, to my knowledge, I was doing a private lesson, private trial with this kid, and, you know, just standing there and waiting. And I was getting frustrated because, like, man, this kid's 20 minutes late, like, to his own private trial. And then, you know, you guys all walk in, you know, my mom and my whole family, they walk in, and I'm like, what are you guys doing here? What are you doing? Like, I have a trial, like, get out. And sooner than later, pull the belt out. Like, no way they're doing this to me right now. Sensei comes over, ties the belt around me, kneeling down. Now we're on a live, Instagram live with a bunch of people watching it. And I had no idea, even after I got my black belt, that I would be promoted to Joshu. At first, I was like, man, can he do this? And, you know, he can, of course. And not only just because he's Sensei and, you know, he's allowed to, but I know that I put in the work, the hard work each and every day to earn this, you know? So it was really, really a great day for me, and great accomplishment for sure.
So having Ricky as my first black belt promotion ever in Tottenville history, and promoting him to a Joshu instructor, that feeling, you know, I could think about it now and get emotional about it. To say that it was rewarding is an understatement. You know, everything in his life led him up to this point. You know, he's dealt with a lot of adversity and overcome all of it. And it made him the man that he is today. And the fact that I'm there to legitimize the fact that you are now a man, you are now a black belt, you are now an elite instructor, it was one of the best days of my life, besides, you know, getting married and all this other stuff. Like, that is an opportunity that I had that it's uncanny, it's unbelievable, and one of the best days ever, that I'm able to actually give out a black belt and award him this physical object that shows and proves that he is among the best. Anybody that he interacts with, anything that he touches is just gonna turn to gold, because he has a heart of gold and he means well, and he's damn good looking at it too. So that always helps.
My brother's best qualities are, I'd say definitely his looks, right? Good looking dude. But his ability to put others first, his selflessness. In this game, in this martial arts game, and even in life, you could be selfish or you could be selfless. And Sensei is the epitome of selflessness. And with no gratitude expected back, with nothing expected. And it's really set a great example for me to be the same way. And it's in our nature, but it's something I had to pick up. It's something I had to learn how to do. Because in the beginning, I was selfish and I wanted all the knowledge. I wanted to know. But now, on this day, I feel like it's never about me. It's not about me. It's all about the students. It's all about helping them grow. And in turn, it does help me grow, but that's not really what I'm focused on.
Last night I looked up the word family. We know it's a mother, a sister, a brother, but the deeper meaning of family is to be around a group of people that you'll always have their back, that you would do anything for. And I feel that seeing this school thrive and become part of the extended family is a beautiful thing to see. The love that both my sons have for their students, the parents of their students. They're so loving and so giving. And it comes right back to them. They're reaping all the rewards of that, as are others. But to see that, to be in the background watching this, I will say I hope that everything I taught them comes out in a certain way. But the passion for this martial art has nothing to do with me. It has to do with, I can't even do a push-up. That's a true story.
Gentlemen. Good work.